Welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8, and this is Let's Play genesia. OBS Gen seems working just fine. Let's hop into this. Okay. Yep, OBS is fine. We have beat the boss of Zone 2 of World D. Let's see what the next world is. It's my first time seeing this. We appear to be in some mines. I like the lighting scheme. Kinda cool to have a giant Metallica concert here. Looks cool. It's dark as fuck though. Well, at least these guys all have glow sticks. I wonder if we have any crates here. Yep, it's just very hard to see anything. I like the music. Like I said, I'm not sure what you would call this because it's not really... Like, it is a roguelike, roguelite sort of game, but at the same time... You know, I mean, there's different types of roguelikes. But this and Vampire Survivors, I'm not sure what you would call it. But whatever this genre is, it seems that they have... Got kind of quiet. Some really fire music. Guess we're just going for the ambience here. Taking a bit of damage. Crates are probably less plentiful here. But yeah, the music's nice when it decides to stay around. Not even sure what the hell that is. I don't know. Which is less healthy, or which would be more... Which would you trust more? Random turkey leg in the forest? Random turkey leg in the desert? Or random turkey leg in Minecraft? Or what game would you do? I guess maybe Intergalactic. What was the rest of the... It was something like your Space Dwarves or something, but I couldn't really play that game very much because it required a great deal of level grinding, and for someone who seems to do as much level grinding as I do, that's kind of an issue if I'm complaining about it. But really it's the issue that I have a terrible sense of direction. I kept getting lost. So it's kind of frustrating that you can't do any game progression because, well, you can't find the game. But yeah, music's fire. You know, when it remembers that it's supposed to exist. But yeah, this genre, whatever you would call it, the Rogue Genesia and Vampire Survivors genre, where you have hordes of enemies come at you, has some pretty awesome music. I do enjoy the Shining Force games. Granted, there's Shining Force 1, 2, 3, and Neo, but honestly, I think probably one of the best games ever made for the PS2 was Shining Force EXA, which kind of functioned a little bit like this, but, you know, PS2 graphics, and it was like an action-adventure RPG. Yes, you had teammates. There was the two elf people from Overlord. You had a... Gazif was there too, but he was a centaur. You had a... Yeah, sure, let's go throwing knife. You also had a really sexy elf girl. There was also a really drunk werewolf. There was a very stone skeleton made of pure gold. And then your main characters, which were like something out of shonen anime. Toma, who is a man, and I believe Cyril, who is the woman. They were both your main characters, and they were like best friends and lovers and stuff. Though it took some time for them to actually get interested in each other, because, you know, most stories have, you know, romance subplots and stuff. Why am I in a world of lava lamps? But yeah, I'm enjoying the music a lot. But yeah, now your two main weapon strategies. Granted, you could pick to use any of the characters, and they each have their own, you know, fighting styles and stuff, with being different classes. But really the main interesting ones, the ones they focused the most on, were of course the main characters. Now Cyril, you could either use a crossbow or your spellbook. And while the spellbook, if used right, could be overpowered, it was more situational. Whereas the crossbow, I mean, I could just let my teammates revive indefinitely, and I could just stand. And the crossbow had more range than you had a radar, and your radar was pretty big. So you could just run off to where your enemies forget you exist. And then you just shoot toward the area where the giant horde of enemies are. Even though you're so far away you can't even see them on the radar. And then half an hour later you just walk in and there's two enemies left. Was it an exciting way to play? No. Was it a very effective way to cheese higher level difficulties? Yes. Now, as far as Toma, you had two strategies with him. You could have a small little one-handed sword and a shield, which was for a more pragmatic sort of fighting style. But I preferred the get a giant-ass two-handed Ziohander and increase your ability to cleave through enemies with your slashing, and also increase your slashing speed. And I would just run into... And here's the thing, I was playing on a PS2, and of course there's no online play for PS2 games. It was very rare that a PS2 game had online. And even then, it would be like, it was very rare for anyone to even own, you know, taking a bit too much damage. You know, much of internet. Hell, I would dare say it wasn't until, like, 2010 that I was ever even able to send a text message. And keep in mind, I was in my early 20s, I think, back then. I don't really remember how time works, I guess. That's fine, time's not important. Time is all relative. But it was a PS2 game. And it was, well, for lagging. Like the Binding of Isaac would. You could bind Trisagion with like 6 other things. I remember Earth Defense Force 3, EDF 2017. Great game. The best one in the entire series. I had played it back on when it was on the Xbox 360. Back, I think, in 2006, I believe. And the funny thing is this. I'd usually play that. It'd be me and Master Chief playing that. And that may sound like a bit of a joke to people, but it's not. Master Chief, well, he would actually host Halo parties back when a LAN, local area network party, was a big deal. He was one of the few people that actually had internet. I believe he has like 4 kids now. That being said, he was a big fan, I think, of Dale Earnhardt Jr. or something. He was like big in NASCAR and stuff. In addition to that, like his LAN parties would usually consist of close to 20 different Xboxes. Like it was and even then there would be so many people that even though there'd be like 20 Xboxes, there'd still be people waiting to play. Though one thing he did do that was kind of a little bit of an abomination to do. So he had a pool table, and he would just have stuff on the pool table. Which is kind of fucked up, because it just ruins the felt of the pool table. But not my pool table, so not my concern. Yes, that did say 833.3 million experience. But yeah. I don't know if this running into the spiky people hurts me. It probably does. It's probably trying to discourage me from using dashes. But here's the thing. I've been spending so much time not using the dashes. I'm using the dashes now, so fuck all of you. Fuck all of you tiny lava lamps. What are you doing out of the Dark Quarters zone from Dragon Spirit the New Legend? But yeah. I actually did try to play EDF 4 and 5 on my channel. 5 wouldn't even fucking function. Well, I think it tried, but not enough to even do anything. Then, what are these blue things I'm even picking up? I assume they're higher units of money or just custom skin to make it. Why are there fucking cloisters on the ground? Hi, walking dicks and vaginas, as I just jump into a swarm of you. What is this, Twitter? I swear. It wasn't until like a month ago I discovered Twitter even allowed not safe for work. Since then, I've like posted so much not safe for work. Also, if you're under 18, you shouldn't even be on the internet, let alone on Twitter or YouTube. No, I'm melting. So hard to come across a fucking crate. Oh, I actually got a level up. Why would anyone ever want this? But yeah. Master Chief is an interesting guy. He also, you guys know the restaurant called Wendy's? You know, like in there, there'd be that giant wooden plaque that's like 9 foot by 9 foot that has a picture of Dave Thomas on it with holding a spatula, talking about the importance of quality and ingredients. That was, inside the restaurant. He actually had that on his wall, next to his bed. Like Dave Thomas from Wendy's was the Messiah. But he was really good at Halo. But yeah, there were some times I'd go over there and just play a game. And one of those games was EDF 2017. Drank some Mountain Dew Code Red, some Full Throttles, listen to music, talk shit about a bunch of shit. And beyond that, play some different games, one of which was EDF 2017. Which, like I said, number 5 couldn't even work for me. Number 4, honestly, the way they have it set up, it's so fucking screwed up. The way they got it set up in that game. I mean, one of the big things they fucked up is that they messed up the homing for the missiles and a lot of the, just the way the guns function. It takes away a lot of the fun. While 2017 did get quite repetitive, in short bursts, not to say the other ones don't get repetitive, they actually get even more repetitive. But the main thing worth saying is, that EDF 2017 was a lot of fun and they had things right. It's kind of like the original Fear game. A lot of those guns, especially the shotgun and the nail gun and slow-mo, like the explosion and everything were very satisfying. But 2 and 3 just weren't enjoyable. Not even dodging them, I'm just like running through it. This is like Yujiro swimming in a fucking tidal wave pool. Not complaining though. I don't even know if I've seen a crate in forever. Also, I'm not sure if I know this game's technically still early access, so I don't know if the developers of this game have done anything more. What the fuck was that noise? Okay, at half health. Need to try to find a chest, but it is quite dark. I could turn up the brightness of my computer to be a cheap bastard, but we're not going to do that. Excuse me. Guys? Are we approaching Dragon Ball Z levels of... I'm still pissed at myself for not getting the reference, getting the hint in Berserk of Gluttony. No, I'm not talking about Berserk with Guts, which, keep in mind, that is an amazing manga and anime. No, I'm talking about a light novel series called Berserk of Gluttony, which I want to get made into an anime. I think it's right up there with Overlord. Now that being said, well, by the way, at some point I want to actually spend some more time listening to audiobook readings of the light novels. But keep in mind, there's also a spin-off light novel written by the actual author of the show, where Eins Ulgon takes a more humanistic approach to certain things. It's more so he's in a different world, the Floor Guardians aren't there. He's still Bone Daddy, but there's a bit of a zombie epidemic in that world, and he actually is trying to be much more benevolent, so to speak. Now, granted, there's still a lot of gray area here, but it's just, in Berserk of Gluttony, like, there was constant talk about, like, you won't be ready to fight the Divine Dragon and all these great monsters until you enter the Realm of E. And it's like, what the fuck's Realm of E? like it's a fucking physical place. And then once they note, they don't outright say it's exponents. They just start showing numbers as them. And it's like the realm of E. It's when your stats get so high that normal numbers can no longer convey how high they are anymore. So you start having to show your RPG stats as exponents. We have 3.17 billion experience here. So, developer, I have a couple questions. Are we going to go into exponents at some point? So are we going exponents, or are we going to start going to like numbers like googolplexes and quadrillions? Because of course I got to get to trillion first. I'm just saying, at what point do we make that jump into exponents? As my character slowly becomes more and more Majin Vegeta. I'm not complaining, I'm enjoying it. I'm just saying. Also, developers of Tiny Rogues, make your game playable on controller. Ruse cooldown. I have a shit ton of gold. I'm going this way. Huh. Now, I do hope I win this. It would be quite the shame to sort of gas it up, to have you guys all fucking hyped, and then all of a sudden, we fucking lose. And that's the thing. It had worlds F, E, and D listed, but of course, only F was available at first. You couldn't highlight the others until you beat the earlier stages. This, though, there is no World C that's showable at the moment. Which means, if I do beat this, is there a World C that was invisible, or is that still in development? Because I know this is in early access. Which brings me to that earlier point I was wanting to try to bring up with people, and that is... Dear developer, what worlds should I expect? Like, obviously you're going to want to try to one-up yourself and make things feel new and original and, you know, help us all achieve that dopamine hit we're all desperately craving. So the question is this. What new weapons? What new enemies? What new worlds? What new sick, motherfucking amazing music are you going to make? Because I'll say this, I do enjoy the music that Vampire Survivors has painstakingly crafted. And while this music is a little bit more laid back, as it were, I enjoy it just as much. I'm doing such high levels. At least I'm about to get a level up. Can't see hardly anything, though. Must have got a vacuum. It's good when I get those, but I can't hardly see anything. At least we're getting a little bit more electric guitar in here. I'm trying to readjust how I'm sitting. Enemies are kind of kicking my ass at the moment, though. Okay, that's a biggin. I'm not at high enough health to really want to try to tank him. What? Are you a fucking hermit crab? I'm not knocking that. I actually had a pet hermit crab once. I actually had a couple of them. But I was a lot younger back then. Yeah, those are hermit crabs. First rule about Fight Club. Fight Club. The first rule about Fight... Oh my fuck! The first rule about Fight Crab. Don't talk about Fight Crab. At least I don't have to... But I assume the crabs are going to be the bosses I have to beat when I get to the boss stage. Also, this run has been going on for 2 hours. Okay, so... I don't think I want to lose any more defense at the moment. But I can't say any of these are really super interesting to me either. Double-edged sword. I don't think I'm really gaining enough offense to make that worth it. Okay. Trying to find another vacuum. Obviously I did. Oh, there we go. But yeah. But if anyone's ever curious what kind of person I am, my personality is the Patara DBZ fusion of Astolfo and Jack Hanma. But I look like the Patara fusion of Cthulhu and Skeletor. But hey, at least in the live stream videos I've done, I have a mask on, so that way you guys don't have to be terrified of me. What, no ridiculous number? I wanted experience points. Could have sworn I made this higher already. Okay, let's see what I can buy. I'm not sure if I get any more soul cards. You can now... Oh, well, that's later. That doesn't help me now. I guess I'm getting him anyway. I guess I could have helped needed the... Well... Oh, that didn't help me at all. Oh my god, I just realized this isn't the fun. It goes further. This feels like one of the underground rooms in Robo Warrior. Now we need is the sword, spiders from swords and serpents, and it's complete. I feel like the developer of this game and me have something in common. We don't seem to understand the meaning of the word excessive. Because after all, I made a video once called 9,000 and the Binding of Isaac Repentance. I'm still trying to make it to 1 million. But what I did is in the Binding of Isaac Repentance, the Infinite Basement Seed, I made it to floor 9001. It's a 3-minute video. Me just showing a very long Roman numeral. Okay. Not sure if we're going to actually win this. My enemies are a bit tanky. Considering how many dashes I have put as part of this, we definitely do not want to use a movable object. Is everything on fire behind my fucking screen? Level 130. Yeah, because you look at that. There's 2 of these bosses I have to take on. I thought it looked shorter than the others. But just look at the segment between this boss and the next boss. So we're at least most of the way there. And no matter what, when we do lose, which hopefully we don't, slay the champions. How much do you have? Do they have 90 million? 90 million to start this with. And who knows how much defense. We're just going to stand here. We're going to dash through you repeatedly. Maybe you should have got a movable object. Well, at least this is right. We shouldn't have to wait too long on our level up. But yeah, maybe I should have got a movable object. Fuck. Fucking Rock. Not you, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You're awesome. What's my health? Health's okay. That's the problem. Sometimes I can't see my health. Developer, my health bar should take precedence over that of them. Why do their health bars get to be above mine? I feel like no matter what's happening, I should be able to see my health bar at all times. No matter what is happening. At least none of them have regen. Don't you ever give any of the bosses regen. That would be stupid. as we slowly just let ourselves be pushed around the room. I really should have got a movable object. Huh. Thank you, I needed that vacuum. Okay, taking a bit too much of a hit on health. Fine, back to this. Now you're not offering me a movable object. What benefit is projectile speed? I can hear myself eating the floor chicken. I don't even see myself. But thank goodness. Thank goodness all these turkeys died. You know, if anyone wasn't aware, Thanksgiving is almost upon us. I hope everyone has a great holiday. Grantedly, I have multiple days of work to still do before even our normal time that I should have off. And I'll be pulling overtime during those shifts. But hey, I'm told I might have to work through the Thanksgiving holiday too. So, whatever. Just more money in the bank account, I guess. It's not like I have a choice about saying no to it. But hey, more money in the bank account. So, I can, pay rent and stuff. Trying so hard to see my health bar in this situation. Yeah, pretty much healed up enough. Would like to be able to see my health bar. Oh, I see that. Waiting for my next level up. Give me a move object. Make me motherfucking Mystic Gohan. So that I can become Beast Gohan eventually. Or at least let Orange Piccolo come help me. Not exactly what I wanted, but I'll take it. It'll help me in the long run. By long run, I mean the long being slowly pushed around the map. Again, my health bar should take precedence. And keep in mind, even when these champions die, apparently there's going to be a boss. Must have picked up a vacuum. That's good. If you're wondering why I dash sometimes, aside from being very convenient to get to more advantageous places, I deal some extra damage. I have several buffs that trigger when I use dash, including health regen, increased defense and offense, and also I throw throwing knives every time I dash. And sometimes using multiple dashes instantaneously, which I believe it shoots a knife for each one. I don't know. Everything's moving too fast for me to be able to see. They're determined to push me into rocks. Let's just hope my computer can handle OBS running this long with something like this, because I know the Vampire Survivors take massive fucking file sizes. Just wait till I get to move objects, crabs. At least one of them's kind of close to dead. It's like trying to wear down fucking Goku. I'm eventually have enemies with health bars that are going to probably read the billions. It's just a fucking long line that's pushing me. I do feel like level up should be coming a little faster, developer. Like, I do feel like I'm having to wait a little bit too long to get my level ups. The enemies might be a little bit too tanky. Am I against a rock? I can't even tell anymore. There's several rocks. Could they have regen and infinite chicken? And of course he had an extra life. That's what the halos are, by the way. Sometimes they can have different color halos, means they have multiple lives. Fucking Guppy's cat motherfuckers. I definitely need to level up something. This war of attrition is taking forever. But yeah, if you give me a movable object, I'll fucking take it. Turned down last time for something. I still don't regret my decision, because whatever I took was more important than a movable object. Same time, kind of feel like we've just gone this route anyway. At some point I want to know what all these different status things... This is an army of status ailments walking by me. It's like, oh, are these powerful bosses? No, they just all got in a fight with a fucking Marlboro. It's the most epic intense it's ever been to fucking stand still. Because it's still enjoyable to play this. Even though I haven't really done anything. Still enjoying it. Especially every time I get a vacuum and get to hear that dopamine surge. Okay, health's a little bit too low. Need to try to let it regen a little bit. At least my regen's pretty good. And back to this. At least I can eat the floor chicken as it pushes. So what'd you do today, Lunar? Well, today I was pushed by giant fucking hermit crabs, lava lamps. Oh, I can't see my health bar again. And walking dildos and vaginas. It's like the System of a Down song. My cock is much bigger than yours. My cock can walk right through the door. With the feeling so pure, it's got you screaming back for more. But yeah, this is the most badass it's ever been to just fucking stand here. Give me a vacuum. Has to have been one. Thank you. Knew I had to have one spawn by now. Give me a level up. Give me a movable object. Come on, I know you want to do it. I know it's got mobile levels too. Of course, it's another rock. Give me the level up. Any moment now, we're going to level up and get a movable object. And we'll see what happens. Or, we'll move into a fucking rock. Level me up! Bitch! Oh, that'll help. Damn it. Well. Guess I'll just take some more health. Obviously, there's a green and a purple one, which, like I said, as long as these, like, I've seen some people with, like, green little, like this guy's got little, tiny little plus signs, and that person's got a big plus sign. Like, that better not be in regens. Because I'm watching your numbers, and I don't see regen happening. So that's good. Keep it that way. The only person allowed to regen in a video game is the protagonist. It's the only way I can cheat my way through a fucking video game. Could you imagine playing Dark Souls, but you would have 0 Estus flasks, but every single enemy, including the bosses, all the way down to the grunts, every single one of them have an Estus flask? It wouldn't even matter how good of a player you are. You wouldn't be able to... That's the thing. You could be the greatest player in the world, you wouldn't be able to win. At the same time, by having such things in their place, not only does it allow the person who's the greatest player in the world to win, it allows somebody who's absolutely atrocious at video games like me to actually be able to win. To get proper enjoyment from said video game. That's what I want. Stop pushing me into rocks. Or your friends. Just surrounded by a fucking army of Pickle Ricks. Okay. I'm trying to adjust how I'm sitting. If I start dying, guys, let me know. Imagine if I had a movable object, huh? My experience bar seems to be not moving at all. There, maybe that'll help? A little bit. Really just a war of how fucking patient am I? And the answer is, I'm fucking indefatigable. And apparently there's probably still going to be a boss after all this. As I slowly melt the champions. More defense, please. Not what I wanted, but hey. Yay, I took out one of his lives. Yes. Again, not quite what I was wanting, but... So many fucking rocks. Again, my health bar should take precedent. There should be no circumstance where I should not be able to see my health bar. This is much different than when I was trying to play Toasty in Vampire Survivors. Oh, I want to eat that. Well, give me a movable object. And then give me that option again, I guess. Still don't regret not picking it that one time, though. Can't see my health bar. Thank God. Something. This late in the game. That's a high enough thing. I'll take it. Let's say I misplaced my bosses. No. Oh, there we go. That's what I thought I saw earlier. Honestly, I'm surprised my computer hasn't given up the ghost on this. Given all the objects on screen. Oh, there we go. My health is a little bit too low. Close enough. Bam. It always seems to gravitate toward fucking rocks. I feel like that's a design decision on part of the developer. Every time I get a level up, it goes on so long without me getting another level up. I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to get another level up. As I get pushed into a fucking... I'm getting pushed around a rock? That's just hilarious. Funny enough, I was willing to stay there for a second. Almost halfway there on that experience bar. The real Dark Souls begins here. Great. I was almost starting to forget level ups were a fucking thing. And people were like, no, you weren't, Lunar D8. You've been bitching about it the whole time. And I'm like, that is true. That is very true. And even though I'm being silent, I'm not bored. I'm just very invested. And there's not a lot I can really talk about at the moment. That's like there's nothing about the game that's really prompting any sort of anything from me. It's just focus on the hermit crab. Make sure you're not pushed into a rock. Stand there, watch both people's health bars slowly fucking dwindle. Occasionally dash. Keep eyes out for any sort of vacuum pickups. And also watch my experience bar so slowly build up. It's like, hey, how long will it take you to get any more dopamine? The answer is eternity. It's eternity long. I can also see why Vampire Survivors said a lot of stuff is half hour unless you said it is endless. Because this. This does make you feel a little weary. At least I'll probably be able to max out that soul shop when I beat this. If I beat this. Please give me a level up soon. Please give me a movable object. That would be so helpful given this scenario. Great. Let me guess, it's going to be a giant lobster with a gun. That's going to be what the boss is. Almost. Okay. Oh, silly me, I thought I was almost done with that champion. No, he just broke into more copies again. Okay, guys, you see these two hermit crabs? They look like giant robot hands. I thought it was a giant fucking robot up there. Like, you know, almost like a cooler design for Bonbon from Mega Man Legends. But yeah, I thought those hermit crabs were two giant robot hands. And I'm like, oh my god, what kind of boss am I going to be fighting? Any time now. Okay. I think that helps. Ah, fuck. And? What? Is that Gengar? What am I fighting? What are you? Am I fighting Gengar? Hi Gengar, I'm just gonna sit here. I don't know if you're in the air. Am I even hurting you? Okay, you are taking damage. Hi, giant space robot Polygon Gengar. Hi, this is the final. You go from Ghastly to Haunter to Gengar to this. What would you name this? I assume the developer of the game already gave this thing a name. The real Pokemon begins here. I'm not even sure what's happening. I assume he's going to have a second form. I don't even know what's happening. Is that a question mark? Yep, he's got like a really red, menacing question mark. This is the most stoic an enemy has ever been while still being menacing. He looks disinterested and pissed at the same time. At the same time, well, I mean, he looks kind of sleepy yet aroused. Look at that face and tell me you don't see the same thing. I feel like I'm starting to run out of normal. Are you going to wait until everything's dead before you do something? Is it so I don't, like, milk, you know, your minions while they fight you? Or is he like, let me solo him? Can't even read your fucking blurry health bar. Why is your health bar blurry? Developers like, we didn't program this far. You weren't meant to live here. I know, right? I didn't even finish, leveling up the World E power-ups. I don't think I've even used any World D power-ups yet. I don't even know what's happening. I'm just gonna stop moving and stand here and try to face you and hope I can hit you correctly. Well, you're blinking, so means I'm hurting you. I believe he's slowly moving me. Come on! Do it, Metapod, Gengar, Dragon Ball Z Fusion! It's like a Haunter fucking a Butterfree. Now you guys can't stop imagining that. How about a Blaziken with giant tits? Trust me, it exists on the internet. Oh my god. Alright, I have dashes. Whee! Dash. If you can imagine it, it exists on the internet as porn. Hi. You remind me of a toy I played with when I was younger. I forget what there was some brief cartoon with it. Was that a pig walking into me? Was that Peppa Pig? What's your health bar at? Halfway? Okay, good. Might get one more level up. Was that Lemon Guard from Adventure Time? I'm not the only one imagining Marceline and Princess Bubblegum as Futanari right now. Now you guys are too. He's definitely got to have a second form. This screams, this isn't even my final form yet. You know, this is... This whole thing screams that this is... Like, I swear the hermit crabs are going to become his arms and legs. What's his health bar at? 26.86 million. But I swear to you, what's going to happen is, like how those hermit crabs look like robot arms from earlier. A hermit crab is going to become each of his arms. He's going to have a left arm hermit crab, a right arm hermit crab, a left leg hermit crab, a right arm hermit crab. And his eyes are going to light up, and he'll get like super big, sharp, pointy teeth. Ooh, a void thing. Hopefully I'll get a level up before that point. If I could get anything, I would like immovable or a katana. Yeah, immovable, katana, fire ring, death aura, any of those. Almost dead. Or at least almost... Okay, Metapod, Gengar, Polygon. Let's see what your final form is. It'll probably kick my ass. Well, let me see if I can gather some shit first. Nope, okay. Just kind of hoping there would be a... Oh, you are about to die at any second. Or become 2! That's a thing. Okay, one of you has the Berserk symbol and a health bar and a evil piranha plant. The other one's evil piranha plant, Berserk thing, and I assume is only vampirism. Do you eat me? Do you suck my cock? Nope, okay. And now we go back to the waiting game. Slay the cock or slay the... Yeah, I mean, we're standing right there at cock level for boss. I'm not sure if my computer can even handle this. If it can, I guess you'll never see this video. Ooh, avoid. I'll get there eventually. I can't read your health bars. It's so blurry. Why is your health bars blurry? Is this the way I'm meant to play this game? I feel like this is not the way most people would play this game. Everything's so blurry. Is the guy with the green thing healing himself? Yes, he is. Well, back to killing the one that doesn't heal himself. So the one with the big health things apparently heal themselves. Little ones, I assume maybe heal other people? I don't know. $42. Okay. At some point I gotta learn what these fucking symbols mean. Any moment now he's gonna die. And become 2 more again! At least each of these doesn't have 80 million fucking points. Fuck's sakes. Give me this. Oh, I see. The one little one took your giant health bar. That's fine. At least I can still see my green health bar in this situation. Oh, fucking come on! I feel like there's more rocks now than when I started. And no, I'm not talking about the boss. I'm talking about the little rocks. The ground everywhere. He's just standing there menacingly. Don't you split again. Pretty sure. Yep, he did. Hey, they move faster now. Great. It's what I wanted for Christmas. At least only one of them has the health thing. Are they splitting into even smaller pieces? Thank God! How far was that gonna keep going? Level me up! This is like Envy from Binding of Isaac. Except cooler. Nope, thought I saw. Nope, they keep... It's like they keep wanting to push me back to the big guys. I mean, it's actually a good fighting strategy, I guess. I can't see. Okay, neither of you has the health thing, so thank goodness. And I'm gonna get a level up here soon. Eventually. This isn't even the final boss for this zone. Any moment now we'll level up. Bet each of those little piranha plants thinks the times it splits. And of course this one's got a halo, so it'll come back to life before it splits. Okay. Okay. Well, I appear to be the center of attention here. Look at that army. That took a while. It took an hour and a half. This much fucking gold. What? What has happened here? What? Oh, I can move the camera around? Huh. $24.53 billion experience. Fuck. Oh, I did want this. More monsters, but they have less health. Oh. And now we just stand here and see what happens. Okay. A movable object or not, it's not doing enough damage to... Can't see my health bar. Saw it briefly. Did that break the sound? Kinda dying. I'd rather not do that after all the time we've invested into this particular run, in fact. There we go. Ugh. 948 coins does not really feel worth it at this point of the game. $46.46 billion experience. Why would I ever want this? Is this really worth it? Should I even take this? I'm gonna try it. Oh, I see. Oh. What did I even get that on? That's what I thought I got on. Okay. That is fine. Yes. Okay. Let's see what happens. Can't see my health bar very well. Can't see my health bar. What the fuck was that? Was that the motherfucking Grim Reaper? Hi. Out for a very enthusiastic walk, are we? Excuse me. Mr. Grim Reaper? Is your health 2 billion? I can't see because it's 2.8 billion. I'm sorry. I don't appear to be hurting you at all. $2.8 billion is your... Oh, it went down one tiny bit. 2.79 billion. Just gonna run in a circle forever, apparently. I'm find a safe spot. I'm gonna stand still, and we're gonna see how tough my immovable object is. Hi, Death. How are you today? Nice weather we're having. Will he just, like, sit on me? No, not in that way. Not in the Lady Demetrescu way. Not in the 10-foot tall, big booby vampire lady way. Yeah? Nope, you just spawn a lot of... Okay. Just gonna hang out here then. As you indefinitely spawn enemies. With your blurry health bar. $1.74 billion. Well, I did start. What was the 2.8 earlier? So maybe spawning enemies weakens his health bar, or maybe I just misread it earlier. I mean, it is blurry as fuck. Now I just need a maximum level fire ring, maximum level death ore, maximum level katana. Hi, death. What you doing there? Oh my god! Okay, it didn't actually hurt me. But it startled the shit out of me! But it really didn't actually do much. Right now my immovable object thing has to recharge, because it's got a 15-second cooldown every time I fucking move. At least I'm able to recover faster than they can hurt me. So I'm just like watching my health bar in case death does something. Because he might. This is like watching ant colonies fight. And that's not a bad thing. Well, I mean, in terms of entertainment. I told you guys on the day I made this channel, I'm a monster. I both enjoy watching ants build colonies and fight each other. Ugh. His health bar is going down quite fast, actually. But it still seems pretty full. I think that health bar is how much stuff he can spawn? It's like 500 million, I think? Imagine if the modders turned that into, you know, anime characters for the sprites. I wonder what modders could do with this game. Curious. Ugh. I'm concerned. Yeah? Getting a little bit worried here. Just like looking around for all the floor chicken I can find. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh. Okay. Did I win? Okay. Cool. There is a C rank world. Ability to slow down time. Damage, defense, area size. Dash cooldown, banish, reroll. Nope, that's not what I wanted to pick. Okay. I need to get some sleep.